Welcome to the AI Research Roundup. I'm Alex. Today we're looking at a paper trending on X, published on November 3, 2025, about 6 days ago. It shows that language models can simulate environment feedback to train agents, and the simulated training lift scores on Tau2 bench to an average 58.9, with 56.0 on airline and 61.7 on retail, outperforming GPT-4o by 4.7 points, LLM-232b by 7.2 points, and exceeding LLM-270b by 2.6 points. The paper is titled, Simulating Environments with Reasoning Models for Agent Training. And as we will see, the implications for low-cost, scalable agent training are quite significant. Alright, Figure 1 compares bar charts for Tau2 airline, Tau2 retail, and the average across models. The Simia-Tau32b model leads with about 56 on airline, 62 on retail, and 59 on average, which places it above GPT-4o and the LLM-2 series. The Simia-Tau8b model also ranks well, beating QN 2.532b on airline and retail. The takeaway is that synthetic simulated trajectories yield clear performance gains. So the previous figure summarized the gains. Figure 2 shows how the simulator produces those gains in practice. The left column depicts inputs like tool specification, a reference trajectory, and an output format that guide generation. The speech bubble at the top right shows the agent call, while the center panel shows a think token style rationale that explains missing data and then constructs a plausible response. The key point is that the model fabricates coherent environment feedback without any real testbed access. So, the previous figure illustrated one simulated exchange. Figure 3 presents the Simia-SFT pipeline end-to-end. The diagram shows 5 stages that turn small seeds into full trajectories, with tool specs and formats anchoring valid actions. The left panel starts from a curated seed conversation. The rightmost panel applies rule-based checks that validate tools, fix functions, and normalize formats so the synthesized dialogues remain coherent and usable for training. Alright, Figure 4 lays out Simia-RL, which runs reinforcement learning against a large language model-based simulator. The flow starts with a user query, then alternates between model action and simulated environment feedback across multiple rounds. A large language model computes a success reward from the interaction history, which feeds into policy optimization. The key idea is that both observations and rewards come from simulation, so agents can train without any real environment plumbing. Well, the previous figure outlined Simia-RL. Table 1 reports results on Tau2 bench for airline, retail, and the average. The Simia-Tau32b model posts about 56 on airline, 62 on retail, and 59 on average, which tops GPT-4o and the LLM-2 series. The Simia-Tau8b line reaches about 49 on average and beats several larger baselines. Adding RL nudges the 8b variant to roughly 51 average, so simulated feedback provides a small but consistent boost. So the previous table covered Tau2 bench. Table 3 reports results on webshop, mind-to-web, and operating system. The highlighted Simia-AB models around 7 billion parameters reach about 43 average, with strong webshop scores near 67 and operating system around 33 to 35, which rivals GPT-4 at 44 and beats GPT-4o at 38. Smaller 3 billion and 1.5 billion variants still gain, landing near 41 and 29 averages respectively. Alright, the previous table covered webshop and operating system. Table 2 reports Office Bench with 2 apps, 3 apps, and the average. Simia-OB with QN38b scores about 59 on 2 apps and 29 on 3 apps, averaging 44, while the RL variant with QN 2.57b reaches roughly 50 average, which edges past the SFT-only versions. Proprietary leaders, GPT-5 and 04 mini, sit near 80 average, so the gap narrows substantially. Okay, 2 takeaways stand out. First, language models can convincingly simulate environment feedback, so agents can learn from synthetic trajectories at scale. Second, Simia-SFT and Simia-RL deliver real gains, with small open models rivaling or surpassing larger proprietary systems on Tau2, Office Bench, and Agent Bench. The broader impact is cheaper, faster, and safer agent training, though simulator bias remains a risk. That is it for this episode of the AI Research Roundup. I am Alex. Thanks for listening.